Hello everyone, today I'm gonna show you how to crochet this cute and easy little bag. It's super fun and very fast to make. It took me about not even 2 hours to make this, and I used just one skein of this beautiful yarn, and I will show you in a minute what yarn did I use. The size of this bag is about 6.5 inches wide, and it is about almost 7 inches tall. This bag is super easy to adjust the size, and you can use any yarn you prefer, and I will explain how can you do that later in the video. And also the handle right here, if you want longer like a crossbody strap, it's super easy to do, and I use an I-cord for it. For this project, I used this beautiful yarn from Knit Pig or We Crochet. This is number 6 super bulky weight yarn, 100% merino wool. In each skein it have 52 yards, and I used the whole skein for this project. This one in color clay form, and I used a 8mm crochet hook, scissors, yarn needle. Before we start, I want to talk about this crochet bag design a little bit. For this bag, we're gonna make the chain this way. The chain that you make gonna be the width of the bag, like this, okay? Then we're gonna crochet back and forth. The row that you made divided by 2 is gonna be the length of the bag, because we're gonna fold it in half, then we're gonna sew the side seam. Super easy. If you want wider bag, make more chain. If you want like smaller bag, make less chain. And if you want shorter bag, make less row. And if you want a taller bag, make more row. Super easy. First, we're gonna make slip knot. Use any method you prefer to make slip knot. Then make 12 chain loosely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 12 chains here. Row 1, we're gonna make yarn over, slip stitch into the second chain from the hook. So I yarn over my hook, skip the first chain, insert the hook into the next chain. And I like to insert my hook into the little bump on the back of the chain. You don't have to do that, totally up to you. Then I yarn over hook, pull up a loop, and then pull through all the loops on the hook. That is my first yarn over, slip stitch on row 1. Then we're gonna make yarn over, slip stitch into each chain across. Yarn over hook, insert the hook into the next chain. Again, I insert into the little bump on the back of the chain. Then yarn over hook, pull up a loop, and then pull through all the loops on the hook. This stitch can be a little tight sometimes, so if it's tight, you can just pull up the loop on your hook up a little bit before you move on to the next stitch. I'm gonna keep making yarn over, slip stitch into each chain across. At the end of row 1, I have 11 stitches across. Row 2, chain 1 and turn, or you can turn first and chain, doesn't matter. The chain 1 never count as a stitch. Then we're gonna make 1 yarn over, slip stitch into each stitch across. I yarn over my hook, insert the hook into the first stitch here, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through all the loops on the hook. Yarn over hook, insert the hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then pull through all the loops on the hook. Repeat. I'm gonna keep repeating this across row 2. Okay, at the end of row 2, I have the same 11 stitches across. For row 3 to row 27, I'm gonna repeat row 2. And every row, I'm gonna have the same amount of these stitches because I'm not increase or decrease. I'm gonna show you a little bit on row 3. Just repeat row 2. We chain 1 and turn. Then make yarn over, slip stitch into each stitch across. Super easy pattern and quick to make and beautiful as well. Alright, I'm gonna keep repeating row 2 until I reach the end of row 27. Then I will be back. Good luck and take your time. I'm at the end of row 27 here. And then next, you're gonna cut a yarn, leave about 20 inches long tail. Then I pull the yarn out. And next, we're gonna sew the bag together at the side seam. And you can choose whichever side you want to be on the inside of the bag or outside of the bag, totally up to you. So I'm gonna fold my work in half like this. The wrong side out, I choose this to be the wrong side. Then I'm gonna start sewing on this side seam first. I use my yarn needle, insert the tail into my yarn needle. Then I'm gonna start sewing. So I'm gonna start into this first stitch here, and then first stitch there, and then pull through. Then insert into the same stitch one more time just to lock the yarn, and pull through. Next stitch here. It's a little difficult to see the normal stitches because we sew into the end of each row. You just need to take your time and then check as you go. Make sure that both sides are nice and lining up like this. Okay. Anyways, next stitch here and then next stitch there and then pull through. Don't sew too tight or too loose. Next stitch here, next stitch there, pull through, next stitch here, and next stitch here. Then pull through. This is what I'm gonna sew back and forth all the way down to the end. This is the wrong side, this is the right side. Alright, so yeah, after I sew till the end, I'm gonna weave the end. Then after that, I'm gonna come on this side, then cut a new strand of yarn about 20 inches long, then sew on this side. So exactly the same as this side. Alright, then I will be back. After I have both sides sewn and weave on my ends, I'm gonna turn the right side out. Here is the right side. Next, I'm gonna make a handle. For the handle, I'm gonna use an I-cord for that. And before we make slip knot, I leave about 5 inches long tail, then make slip knot. So I'm gonna use this tail to sew an I-cord handle into the bag later. We're gonna start with chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then insert the hook into the second chain from the hook, and then yarn over hook, pull up a loop. Then we're gonna insert the hook into the next chain, which is the last chain. Then yarn over hook, pull up a loop. And now I have 3 loops on my hook. Next, I'm gonna remove the first 2 loops out of my hook, but I make sure not to lose them. So I pinch it right here, then remove the first 2 loops like that. And now I have 1 loop left on my hook. I'm gonna yarn over hook and then pull up that loop. Then I'm gonna insert my hook back into this second loop, and then yarn over hook, pull up a loop. Then insert my hook back into the last loop, then yarn over hook, pull up a loop. I'm gonna keep repeating this until my I-cord reaches about 14 inches. So I pinch it right here and remove the first 2 loops. Make sure not to lose them. Now I have 1 loop left on my hook. I yarn over hook, pull up a loop. Then insert my hook back into the second loop, yarn overhook, pull up a loop, then insert the hook back into the last loop, then yarn overhook, pull up a loop, and repeat. So I pinch and then remove the first 2 loops. Super easy, but just make sure not to lose them, okay, when you remove the first 2 loops out. I'm gonna show you one more time. I pinch and remove the first 2 loops. Alright, I'm gonna keep repeating this and I will be back soon. Now I have 14 inches I-cord, and to finish an I-cord, I'm gonna yarn overhook and then pull through all the loops on the hook, then chain 1 to lock that I-cord. Then I'm gonna cut the yarn, leave about 5 inches long tail, then pull the yarn out. Then next, I'm gonna sew an I-cord handle into the bag using my yarn needle. I sew on this side first. Insert the tail into my yarn needle. Okay, you can use any method you prefer to sew. So I'm gonna insert into this side of the bag about 1/2 inch from the top, around here. Bring it inside the bag, then insert through an I-cord handle here, and then pull up, and then insert through the bag again, right here. Just take your time, check as you go. Then I'm gonna insert through I-cord, maybe right here. Pull up, then insert into the bag right here, and then pull in like that. I think it's look good. Then I'm gonna weave the end inside the bag, and I will do that later. On this side, we're gonna do exactly the same. I insert the tail into my yarn needle. Then I insert about 1/2 inch from the top, should be around here, and then bring it inside the bag. Then insert into an I-cord handle, pull up, then pull back in, insert back into the bag right here. Then insert into an I-cord handle, pull up, then insert into the bag right here, and then go through inside the bag. Okay, then I'm gonna weave the end, and I will do that later. And that's it for this cute little bag. I love it so much. I love this yarn so much. So soft. Look at this I-cord. And I'm not gonna show you how to make a lining for this bag. I have separate video tutorial for that. I'm gonna put the link in the description below. So this one, I show you how to make lining. It's very easy tutorial. Be sure to check that out if you want to make a lining for your bag. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next video. Bye bye.